Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and this is going to be for Mark of Horror's Happy Thanksgiving contest. We are supposed to do a video showing a movie that we share with our families. A horror movie, that is. Growing up, my mother and father didn't really care for horror, but the very first movie I saw in theaters, and this is what basically I share with my father anyway, my mother not so much, is Godzilla versus Megalon. Now, that was the very first movie I saw in theaters. My father took me to see it when I was 5 and started my love of Godzilla films. Now, as I grew up and started my own family, the movie that I share more so with my daughter, because my wife doesn't really particularly care for horror. She watches it with me, and she does enjoy some of the films, but there are two that I specifically share with my daughter. The first one being, I didn't bring it upstairs, but the first one being Halloween. This was her very first horror movie that I showed her the TV version when she was, I want to say, 11 or 12. And it scared the bejesus out of her. But we're going to go back a little bit further and talk about another horror movie which completely terrified her and put a lot of stress on my wife and I for bedtime. And that is going to be The Dark Half. Now I'm going to set the setting for you. My daughter's taking a nap. She's probably, at the time, 6, maybe? Let's see when this came out. This came out in 1993, so I probably would have seen it in 1994. So I would say she was 4. So she gets up from her nap, and she comes downstairs. And meanwhile, I am watching The Dark Half on the television because she's taking her nap. I didn't hear her come down, and this is the part, I don't know if you guys have seen The Dark Half, and I don't really want to spoil the ending, but I kind of have to in order to tell the story. At the very end, you see Timothy Hutton get basically pulled apart by birds. And my daughter walked downstairs just as that scene was starting, and she was absolutely terrified. So, my wife and I had to spray magical bird spray, which was, I think, a Febreze, I think. We had to spray magical bird spray for years under her bed in order for her to go to bed. Yeah. A lot of fun. Not exactly my fault, but I guess it was kind of my fault. But, yeah, this is the one I wanted to share and that interesting story with you guys. But definitely check out Mark of Horror. He's an awesome dude. And until next time. Later.